Welcome to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. I am Spenser, and I'm one of your hosts on this podcast that we do. And I'm joined by the other members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen to bring you another freaking draft. Because we love a draft around here, folks.
Pro draft around here. This is Brandon.
And it's Jordan.
Now, I'm sure you know what's coming next. We got some stuff to tell you about. And if you want to tell us about some stuff, there are places where you can do that. And Jordan's going to tell you all about where you can tell us the stuff that you have to tell us.
Yeah, I mean, I say it all the time. We are in the digital age, and of course, we are on social media. So you can find us at on Facebook. We have a Facebook group where people are in there, chatting it up all the time. We are also on Twitter. We're also on Instagram, and most importantly, we also as well we're on YouTube, and we are all at the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. Or you can type in LMG podcast, and you can find us that way too. So yeah, be sure and stop by there and talk to us, get at us a little bit. And then also, while you're there, don't forget to rate and review us on whatever streaming service that you use to listen to us at. That really helps us out. Drop us a sub on YouTube. That helps us out as well. So yeah, that's everything. And then, we have some scheduling updates. Of course, our episodes for the main podcast comes out on Mondays and on Wednesdays, as always, consistently, Mr. Consistent. We got Wrestling with Worldwide Willis. That is Brandon's wrestling podcast where he reviews all the latest and greatest trends and things happening in the world of wrestling. And yeah, it's a good time, man. It's a really good time. And then, of course, DC Animated with Spenser and Friends has a new episode coming out next week. That is Spenser's review podcast where he reviews all of the DC animated movies. There is a plethora of movies out there. Spenser, what is the next movie coming out?
The next movie we will be discussing is Justice League Dark.
Oh, I actually seen that one. I like that one. Ooh, you get a little spooky in there. Okay.
You've actually seen a lot of them because you like DC.
I know.
I know.
I don't know about all
we
that.
started this thing and Jordan was like a full-on hater, and now he's just like, yeah,
full-fledged hater.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I like it. Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time we even talked about something that wasn't DC animated. It's been a while. Yeah,
I had to throw a shot in there. I knew you were.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Wait till
it's cold
Superman
over there. Oh man, you better hope that's a hit. But yeah, that is like I said, Spenser's DC animated podcast, and yeah, be sure and check out the movie. Then once that movie comes out, be sure and listen to the review.
Now I know that we talked about like what is and isn't on Max. I don't think this one was on Max whenever I needed it to be, and I was furious about it. So I'm not. It may not be on Max right now. You may have to, figure out a way to watch it. But
I watched it on Hulu, but I can't remember.
I feel like I watched it on. I don't think I watched it on Max.
I know it was on Max at one point, and then Max was like, "Nah." And so whenever I watched it, it wasn't. By the time you watch it, it might be, but I don't know.
Oh, it's not on nothing right now, unless you like not streaming wise. You got to pay for it now.
Yeah, not happy about it.
It's tough.
So,
yeah, bro, Max is tripping. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry that HBO is some hoes right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
So, but yeah, that's everything. But today we have a special episode. Like Spenser mentioned, there's a draft out there. But before we get to the draft, I would like to issue a spoiler alert. Libra, would you please play the music?
Excuse me, gentlemen, but there is a strange phenomenon happening. I think it's a spoiler. Proceed with caution.
So, we are about to spoil a couple of shows and movies, just some things that we've been kind of wanting to talk about. And I think it'll be a good time for people. So let us know if you have seen any of these shows and let us know what you think. First, let's talk about the hype. This is probably one of the biggest shows out right now. And it has the ultimate hype, and that is Shogun. Me and Brandon have definitely been on our list. I first found out about it at the Super Bowl. When did you find out about it, Brandon?
I think I didn't because I didn't really watch Super Bowl, but I saw a bunch of stuff on IG about it, and like all the nerd, IG accounts was like, "This is the next Game of Thrones. This is
Yeah.
this is that," and it was like, whoa. And then obviously I saw the dude who is amazing. I don't know
The
why I don't know
the
his
the
name.
main Asian dude who plays in
Yeah,
every Asian movie
yeah,
ever,
yeah,
Scorpion.
yeah. He was in John Wick 4. He's in everything. He's
Yeah.
amazing. Um, yeah, but when I saw him and it was about like old school Japan, I was like, oh, I'm in. I'm in. Like me and Jordan been texting about this all for like a week and a half. And I
Yeah.
will say, I did watch the first episode.
Oh, you
Um,
did?
yeah, I've seen the first episode. I'm not gonna spoil it because Jordan
Yeah,
has
yeah.
not seen
I
it.
don't even. I don't want to be spoiled. Even though we
No,
just issued a spoiler alert,
I
I don't
know,
want to be spoiled on this
I
one.
know. So I'll give like a tentative like mid thoughts of like it's amazing. It's kind of everything we want as far as like the hype is concerned because we're talking about hype, right? Like they again talked about it being potentially Game of Thrones level. It's you know what I mean. It's that type of show with that type of level, that we really haven't had since Game of Thrones, honestly. And yeah, first episode delivered. They at least the first 3 episodes are out now, and I think they from this point on it'll be weekly. And they all are about an hour and about 15 minutes, so you get well worth. You know what I mean? It ain't one of those Disney Plus shows where you get 32 minutes and you like, what the
Yeah.
hell is this? So it's real again, like Game of Thrones. Like you get everything, every dialogue means something. So yeah, this is one of the most hype shows I've ran into in a while, honestly.
Yeah. It's been a while. Like for that, and like yeah, I just watched the one trailer from like I said
Mm-hmm.
at the Super Bowl, and I was like, "Yo, what is
Yeah,
this? This looks
yeah,
amazing." And then yeah, I saw IGN gave it a straight up 10. I was like, "Wow." I was like, "An
yeah.
IGN, they be BSing sometimes with their
No,
reviews,
yeah,
but
they be going
they
in
own
on
it."
some shows. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm really happy about. I might, I may or may not stay up and watch the other two. We'll see. We shall see. But no, it's that good, and it's subtitles. It's in Japanese, but it also
Oh, it
has.
is the
It's
whole thing.
really yeah. But
Oh,
the
I didn't know
cool
that.
thing is, it's some crossover there. So you're gonna get some different cultures coming in there and interactions between
Okay.
different cultures. So it's cool. It's real nice. Um,
uh Spencer, there's what's his name? Hiroyuki Sanada.
Sanada?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
lead, main lead of the show.
yeah.
Yeah,
I usually just call him Hanzo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Scorpion.
Yeah, but
He's that dude
yeah,
right now. Like he's like, you need an Asian dude who can do badass stuff. You got
he's the
him.
guy. Like
yeah,
every
Yeah.
time.
yeah.
Like he's
He's
Uh
somebody that I won't get tired of.
same.
oh, I agree. I
Like
agree.
he could do it every once, and I'd be like, yeah, good
That's just a
casting.
He must be like the Japanese version of Denzel. Like he
he
be in
gotta be.
everything, boy.
He gotta be, bro. And it's bro. He just got that like stoic swag where it's like he ain't got to
Dude.
say a word, but you
Yeah.
just like you put respect on his name immediately.
Yep.
Every role he's played in, he's been respected. Like I'm looking at his catalog right now.
Yeah,
Like from
Even in
just the
like
movies I've
Bullet
seen.
Train, he was good.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Like
Like
he was in the Wolverine, 47 Ronin, Bullet Train, John Wick, of course. He's been in so much stuff. Like
yeah,
it's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
so, people, if you want us to review Shogun on the podcast, you know where you can tell us.
It's facts. I'd be
Yeah,
more than happy to.
for real. Okay.
It's on
Another
Hulu
show.
for those last thing. It's on Hulu. So,
Oh, one more thing, y'all, too. The girl, I guess her name is Miracle. I just looked at the roster, not the roster cast.
mhm.
She's the girl who I just finished Monarch, and she's one of the main girls in Monarch.
Oh, okay.
Named Anna Sawai. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah.
but all right, next show. This one I recently finished about a week and a half ago, and I really enjoyed it. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. What a great show! That was a fun one. That I definitely recommend that one to people, and I have been. I had a great time with that one. Spencer, did you ever check out this one?
Yes, I finished it.
Nice. What y'all think about it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It was really good. It was totally obviously it was meant to be totally different than the movie. The movie was kind of like eye candy, much stuff blowing up, but this was like deep diving into a relationship. Like gave me like PTSD some of their arguments. I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, that like as mad as Donald Glover was getting, John Smith was getting. I was like, I've been there. I've been there. Like try to twist your words and make you seem like you're stupid. You're like, hold on,
dude. I was feeling bad. I love the episode. I think one of my favorite episodes was definitely like when he was going to therapy and everything. Like I really liked that episode a lot. That was a pretty good one. And then the other Smiths.
Yeah,
there was some people in this.
Yeah, the cast was crazy, and like, yeah, they had my dude John. Is it Turturro? The dude that was in all Transformers. He was great.
Oh yeah.
The one that
I know his name.
Yeah. He was good. Was wild.
He was like act like a dog. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I knew it was about to get.
And that's the thing. There was some like weird, outlandish Donald Glover style humor in it. And in this, it worked, I think.
Yeah, it did. It did. For the most part, it definitely did. He definitely dragged some jokes out sometimes, but for the most part, it worked. The Michaela Cole, she was great.
Oh, that episode, I was like, bro, he cheating on her.
Yeah,
I was like, it did his wife pulled up? He's like, where's my wife at? He's like, where's she at?
Bro, I thought like. Obviously, it was a TV show, so they obviously wouldn't have as much action, but they did have a solid amount. But I like the amount. I like the fact that they, like, both of them were smart and like you kind of. I will say I struggled a little bit with Donald Glover, like being like running around with like a gun and trying to be like an action hero. I'm like, bro, I can't believe that. Like, I'm sorry, I can't believe you're a CIA agent. But overall, like they sold it well.
Well, he was in the military.
Yeah, that's true.
Got discharged. She was supposed to go to the CIA, but they said she had sociopathic tendencies,
which is true.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
It was just, it was some of the action scenes where he was fighting. I was like, yeah. But other than that, beat though. Yeah, it usually was. When they were going against the other couple, those were good episodes. Yeah, because it was always like awkward. I was like, all right, when are these people going to turn?
They got them to do that mission for them. That was pretty,
that was wild.
That was pretty messed up.
And their machetes, I was like, oh my god,
that mission was crazy. And then they were like, we hate them. Like the conversation they had after the mission was hilarious to me because I was like, that's exactly
bro. But you be complaining about the other couple on a double date or something.
Yeah. So like the show was surprisingly grounded as far as the dialogue.
Yeah. That's true. They spent a lot of very grounded. I really liked the episode where they took the one guy hostage.
Hellboy.
Yeah, they just saved my dude. He's a really good actor. Yeah.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. There was a lot of action, but then at the end, like you kind of got to sit down and relax a little bit with the dialogue.
Yeah.
So that was a good one.
And that was also, an interesting character episode because we're in that episode, we see Donald Glover being like the mean one. And and usually like John is the nice one, Jane is the mean one, and we see them like in very opposite situations with Ron Perlman specifically.
Facts. When he lied about the cigarette, I was like, bro, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, bro,
I was like,
I did feel
wow.
bad.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't have to do that. Like that was some.
And then he went outside and smoked a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like so, he did. In fact, he did have a cigarette.
He lied about having one when he did, in fact, have one.
Bro, Jane was like, "Yo, my boy, like you relax. Like we're good, But yeah,
or even the episode where John also he was like kicking it with the other black people. It's like it was kind of nice to be hanging out with
I
black
really
people.
liked that episode, and Jane pops all of them,
bro,
all of them.
And it was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah,
like it was nothing for her.
That was a classic Donald Glover. Four people sitting around each other. Like camera goes to each one of them having a funny, like very normal conversation.
Very normal conversation.
Yeah. And then some wild shit happens just randomly. And I was just like, this is Donald Glover 101 right here.
Yes. Like that was, I agree. That was the episode I was like, he was behind all that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have no help setting that up.
Exactly. Yeah. It definitely was a John Wick style action because you could tell like in John Wick like the special effects does a lot of the blood splatter and stuff. Like he shoots and then, but like when he ran up, I forgot when he killed the dude in the snow and he shot him. You could tell like
Oh yeah,
the blood was just CGI or whatever added in, which is fine. But it was just like it was the I thought overall, man, I thought it killed it. I thought it was a good job. I'm glad it went a different route than trying to be the movie.
yeah.
Because one of my favorite things that it did was the neighbor. Whenever
Oh
like
yeah,
you were supposed to think, yeah, the neighbor was behind everything and
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
mastermind, and he's like, I'm a real estate
Yeah,
developer.
I just want your house, buddy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's my blue or it's my white whale or something, and I was like,
when
that's so
he went in
stupid,
there,
and I'm
he went
so
in there and
glad
saw
that's what it was.
everything, and then he like called the dude. He's like, "Guess what?" He's like super happy. He's like, we're about to get this for a steal.
Bro, I was just like, man. And I guess the Maya Erskine, the actor who played Jane, she wasn't supposed to be the original actress. Supposed to be I forgot her name. She was like a famous white lady, but I thought Maya did a great job. Like,
I did too.
I did too. Yeah.
yeah, she was great.
I also realized that she's the voice of the Blue Eye Samurai character.
Oh yeah,
The main character in Black Samurai. Yeah, that's her voice. I didn't even know that because I was just like looking at it to see what else she was on.
she's in Pen 15, which is hilarious.
Yeah, Pen 15 is what I know her from.
Yeah, that's why it was different for me to see her in like a more serious role. I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, like it's still kind of a comedy, and I figure that's why they got her because there's comedy happening.
The actor they were supposed to get was Peggy something. Forgot her name.
And I'm wondering how much like conditioning they had to do for this because there was a lot of running in the show.
It was actually. Yeah, you're right.
And so I'm wondering like how much like preparation they had to do for that or if they like stayed in shape in their real lives and so it wasn't an issue.
Man, that house. I was like, man, I love living in that house.
Oh, the one that got blew up.
Yeah, and I like no, and like the apartment they lived in, like the
The
spot they
apartment
lived in New York.
yeah.
The dude, yeah, he was trying to get a hold of. But yeah, it was a very very good budget too. Like you could tell they really traveled to like they was in Italy when they was running around.
Yeah.
But no, really good show.
Yep. The last one that I want to talk about real quick is the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm only 4 episodes in. I'm halfway through it. I know it's 8 episodes total. So far, in my opinion, it's a little. It's good, but it's almost a little like mid to good.
I've heard very mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, I gotta see a little bit more. I will say the effects to me look good. The choreography could be a little bit better, but I understand it's a show. But then also we got shows like Into the Badlands who like does a great job with that. So I'm just like, okay, they need to find a little bit better fight scenes choreography wise. And then of course it's a show, 8 episodes, so they're like skipping along like through a lot of like stuff that actually happened in the cartoon.
I would
Which
figure
is
that they're
fine. It's
going to have to.
understandable.
I would assume they're going to have to take like 4 episodes of the show and like combine them into one episode of this, like at a minimum. Like I'm sure there are a lot of things. It's like that probably needed time to be its own episode, and that's why the show did that. But this show doesn't have the time. How long are the episodes?
The first episode is like an hour and 3 minutes, and I think everything after that is like 45 minutes or so.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I'm a finish it though to kind of see how I fully feel about it. Right now, like I said, it's to the good to almost to the midpoint.
So like
we'll see.
6 and change.
Right now, I'll probably give it like a 6.5, just halfway through it right now. So we got to see. I just got to the point where we met Azula, so that's that's Zuko's sister. So,
as you know, my agenda is that everything does not need to be made into live action. There are some things where, yes, that's a good idea. I think it could work, but I don't need everything that we like to be made into live action. And this is a situation where I didn't need it. And I mean, the fact that we got that shitty movie doesn't help the case.
Oh, it's definitely
And
better.
so,
It's better than the movie already.
oh well, yeah. If it wasn't better than the movie, we'd have a serious problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that the movie happened, I think, has people split. There are some people that are like, because that movie was so shitty, we need a good live action version of this. And there are some people that say, because the movie was shitty, we don't need a live action version of it at all.
Yeah.
And so now that we're here, I'm kind of split on it just because the original creators, as far as I understand, weren't involved, or at
Yeah,
least
they left.
yeah, like
Yeah,
they
they
weren't.
were, and then they left. Yeah.
And they're the ones who made the masterpiece, and so their lack of involvement doesn't have me in a hurry to see this. I'm excited about it, even though it's out now. But like, I'm like, it hasn't convinced me to give Netflix my money. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because usually there will be something that's like, that's the thing that's gonna, get me back in there. But not this time.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Oh.
Jordan, lastly, I just want to bring up there's a lot of hype for Dune 2. Some people are saying this is Star Wars Empire Strike Back level. We'll see, obviously. Dune 1 was great, but a lot of people are saying Dune 2 is like even better. So we'll see. But I definitely will be seeing that this week. And I'll have my thoughts maybe next week. Or in a gentleman's briefing. We'll see.
If that's what the people want, they can let you know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's it, then I think we can hop right on to the episode. So like we mentioned in the beginning, we have a draft, and this draft is going to be who can draft the best vehicles in what pop culture, fiction,
I'd say.
Yeah, fiction. Yeah, that's what we got going. So we have 5 categories. So we have basically a 4-wheel. You can draft like one vehicle with 4 wheels. And I was going to kind of ask y'all, did y'all want to keep that 4 wheels or like 4 wheels or more?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I think 4 or more is fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 4 or more wheels. Then we have category where it's considered like a motorcycle, like 2 wheels. We'll say 2 or less, because sometimes like some vehicles look like a motorcycle, but obviously they can do kind of different things.
No tricycles in here.
Yeah. So 4 or more,
3,
2 or
yeah,
less. So then we have who can draft the best flying vehicle, and who can draft the best seaworthy vehicle, if we will say. And then one miscellaneous. So it's a player's choice. You can choose whatever vehicle you kind of want to. And yeah, that's how we'll go from there. And then we have the draft order, and the classic order. We got Spenser first, I'm second, and Brandon
rigged,
last.
bro. I think did you use the same order again?
I mean, it's completely random, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that thing don't. That thing probably has one algorithm, one query it runs, and it don't do anything else.
So for this draft, normally do a serpentine, the snake draft. Spencer got me saying serpentine. Normally we do the snake draft, but today it's just going to be a good old fashioned draft. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you can draft in any order that you want to. I mean, hey, I can't do anything about that.
Okay, it's fine.
Draft in any order you would like, and yeah, that's it. Any other things we got to mention about it, or should we just go ahead and hop into it?
I mean, normally when we do a draft, we take entire universes off the board once they've been selected, but we're not going to do that this time. So this will be a very classic draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like classic order, and just everything stays on the table.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I'm first.
Spencer.
And this is a draft where like going first is fine. Of course,
especially
it's a standard draft.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very nice.
So, I'm going to go with 2 wheels to open, and I'm gonna need Ghost Rider's Hell Cycle.
God damn it. See?
Damn, that was that. Yeah,
That's why I needed to go first because
that's
I'm gonna need that
absolute.
Hell Cycle. The thing is literally fire.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way around it. That's what it is. And so, yeah, if you've seen it, then you know it's fire. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. Um, and Hell Cycle is pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
So you
yeah.
probably have a pretty good idea of what it looks like. But
That's one of the things I like about Ghost Rider is like it's crazy because like he uses the motorcycle, but like his actual power is like anything he touches turns into basically his hell vehicle,
yep.
Right.
which is pretty dope.
So like he's always got that thing on him.
Yeah, for real. I would definitely say like I've seen the panel of him, the Ghost Rider from 10,000 BC. He had a flaming mammoth, which was pretty dope.
It was fire.
That was pretty dope. But yeah, man, the Hell Cycle, it's beautiful and it's fast, but it's very beautiful. That's a tough one. That's
you know,
that one hurts. Not gonna lie.
Now, okay. I mean, I feel like I should take it, but I'll probably wait. So I'm gonna go with my vehicle with 4 wheels or more, and I'm going to go with Bumblebee from the Transformer series, but more specifically, the Bumblebee from the Michael Bay Transformer series. We got to get well, he was a Charger, right?
It was a Camaro.
Okay.
Oh, Camaro. I'm clearly
I
bad.
thought he was
cars.
a Camaro.
Yeah, I think you might. I'm terrible with cars.
I am also not good with cars.
But yeah, I think so. The classic Bumblebee, of course, is he's a slug bug, like he's a beetle. But when Michael Bay like took over the franchise and made him into that Camaro, hey, he was dope. And on top of that, it's like, hey, he's a Transformer, so it don't get no better than that. So it's like he has the best of both worlds. And I will say, like anybody who ever had a car that looked like this, they always got the.
And everybody got that car because of like I can't tell you how like much how I'm sure Camaro sales went through the roof.
Oh yeah,
I was seeing them everywhere after this happened,
and everybody got the Autobot, emblem on there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, that's facts.
So, yeah, I would definitely say I would love to see the sales of Camaro before Transformers and then after Transformers. Yeah, like you said, it probably went crazy. Like Air Force Ones when Jeezy had the Air Force One song, or Nelly.
Yeah. I would say
either one of them.
Not Jeezy.
I mean,
both of them the Air Force One song, but yeah,
when I think of Air Force One, I think of Nelly.
Yeah, wasn't near as famous, but
yeah. So yeah, that's my choice.
Alrighty, as I go last in the standard draft, no big deal.
It's the oldest. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to go 2 wheels, and I'm gonna go with Lobo's. He called his bike the Space Hog, and yeah, it basically flies. It's a motorcycle. It's top tier. You know what I mean?
You can travel intergalactically with it.
Exactly. And yeah, it's dope. It looks amazing. I would argue it looks better than Ghost Riders. Now, I would say Ghost Riders is more effective and probably cooler because it's just in flames. And Ghost Rider itself just looks cool, so that adds to it. But Lobo's got a little more swag, like you said. He can fly with it. He can do a little more things with it. Now, Cosmic Ghost Rider, that's a different story. He definitely better. But yeah, Lobo. I'm not Lobo's biggest fan. However, the motorcycle joint, it makes it real. You know what I mean? It takes it to another level.
I fucks with Lobo.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider Lobos. It didn't even cross my mind. That's crazy.
Yeah, Space Hog. That's
like Lobo good. Was actually like if I wasn't first, Lobo's where I was prepared to go.
Yeah, it's top tier, and it's looked different in almost every iteration.
I know. I'm looking. I'm like, I mean, they have like the skull in the front on every
Yeah,
iteration, but it looks different every single time I see it.
That's
there's
comic
one.
books.
Yeah, there's one in like the animated universe where it looks totally different. Like it looks more like I'm trying to think of a, but like it don't even look like a motorcycle. It look like a ship almost. Um, yeah,
Now, when do y'all think we'll get him in the? Is it called the DCEU still? What is it called? DCU? What is
I
it
think
called?
James Gunn's will be called the DCU.
yeah.
DC. Okay, DCU.
Universe.
Y'all think we're gonna see Lobo?
I
I've
think
already
so.
said it need to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Like
that would be dope.
I have been on the record about that for probably years now. They need to cast Roman Reigns as Lobo, and there it is. Like it's done. Like we've made a decision because yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it needs to be. Like I've already cast it. Let's just make it happen.
I I think we'll get it. I think it's something you can do later on. It's no rush, but um,
Yeah, like Lobo is somebody. Yeah, you can bring in Lobo anytime,
yeah. And I mean, if they follow,
and he does not
yeah,
need his own movie. Like I just want him to
at
be
all.
around.
Exactly. He needs to just pop up. It's a cool little pop
So
up a couple
not as
times.
like not as a main villain, but like a character just showing
Yeah,
up.
He just needs to,
yeah,
just show up randomly. Like he could, how Wong is just kind of in shit now.
yeah.
Like, yeah, Lobo could just be around.
Exactly. Pop up, do his thing, say a couple funny lines, do a couple action things, boom, out. Cool. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, not too crazy.
Okay. Okay. So, um, round two. For my next pick, I'm going to go with the water. And I'm going to go with our namesake. I'm going to go with the Nautilus from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, created
Ooh,
by Captain Nemo.
I've never seen that movie.
I've seen it
Um,
before, but I don't remember the shit.
it looks kind of like a sword a little bit. I mean, it's a ship, but it's a submarine. So like
Okay.
he like whenever they get in it, they just think it's like a boat, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we're going down, we're diving." Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, and the fact that
Oh, I do
that thing
remember
was
this.
yeah, that thing was serious. Like it the fact that it could travel on top of and beneath the water is great. It was massive.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the extraordinary gentlemen were able to move around comfortably. There were
Okay.
definitely no issues there. But yeah, like and it looked cool. But
Yeah, no, I get it to you. I do remember this the ship, and yeah, I remember it did look cool. Look long as fuck too.
that's the thing, it was huge. And the fact that he was able to get a ship that size to work the way it did, yeah. But I mean, that's Captain Nemo's whole thing. So,
I say I've only ever seen the first one. I don't think I've seen any other one.
Looks like a Star Wars ship or key.
yeah, the Nautilus. And I'm sure that there are, like there are probably several versions of it in books and all that. I've really just seen the movie.
Mm.
And so that one, the one from the movie.
Look, Star Destroyer. That's dope.
Hmm.
All white,
Yeah.
off white, everything. Okay.
Okay. Um. Now I am debating right here. I think I might be safe with my flying, and I think I might be safe with my oh, you guys are selecting motorcycles, so I can wait on that one.
Yeah, I had to get two
Uh,
wheels off the board because I didn't have a whole lot.
Same. I
Like
was banking on
I had my three
Hellcycle.
options, so like I felt like I was gonna be able to do something, but yeah, I needed to do that first.
uh, oh man, hang on. Let me look. I'm debating right now. All right. So I think I'm gonna go with ship for sure, and I'm gonna go with Noah's Ark from the Bible.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
I have a question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Ooh.
this is this a
Fiction.
draft of fictional
Fiction, amen.
yeah, That was gonna be my question, and
not everyone believes.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you, sir. Do
Do you believe it's fictional?
Do you not believe Noah?
Hey, all I'm saying is I'm going with some of the.
There are a lot of people. The Bible is canon.
You're right.
Like canon, and so I'm asking you.
You know what?
What's in your heart?
That is probably a good point. I have another one I could pick. That's probably a good point. But I will say, if this is the pick that makes me lose, then I want to redraft.
No,
but, of course you do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with my alternate. I had an alternate. I was wondering if you guys were going to bring that up. Some people might not believe. It's all I'm saying. I'm going to go with the SSN from Pokemon. The original red, blue, and yellow. So the SSN was the ship in Pokemon where you pull up and it was just basically you go in every room and you out here battling. It honestly it doesn't look too like impressive. It just looks like a regular ship. Especially in like the remakes, they try to make it look a little bit more. But for me, it was about the experience of actually being in there, checking every trash can to see if there's a random Pokeball in there, running up in the room, talking to the NPCs, see what they're doing, and then just battling. Like I was trying to battle to be able to go fight the captain at the end and see if I can whip up on him. And also, this was like, I think if I remember right, you got to this ship before you got to Goldenrod City. And Goldenrod City was like the major city with all the shopping areas and all that. And so it was just like, and also in Goldenrod City, there's a lot of battling. So this was like the first real test when you're battling just like multiple people, multiple MCs, and you didn't have access to the Pokemon Center where you can just easily heal. So like if you didn't have, your healing stuff to heal your Pokemon, then you was out of luck. Like you was gonna be out of there.
That's
so
true.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the SSN on this one.
Now I will say, George,
yeah,
Pokemon has not done you any favors. Last time you picked a Pokeball in the last draft.
Nah, bro, Pokeball.
I just want to make sure you feel good about this one.
Yeah, man, I'm going with the SSN because some people might say the Bible is fiction, some might say it's nonfiction. I'm not here to debate that. Man. I'm not here to debate that.
I was asking what's in your heart.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You just about to get struck down, boy.
I know.
All right. Good pick. All right. I'm going to go water. I just don't think we're going to have enough great options here. So
I love that we went with the same strategy so far.
Yeah, exactly. I am going to pick the Shield Helicarrier.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. We started out in the water, buddy.
Okay.
And then my boy Cap was like, wait, we're flying? He was like, and then the things went down and then they went up. So it can do both. That's what the versatility is what I like. And so, yeah, we're going to be top tier. We're going to be in the air for a little bit. And then if we want to rest, we can go down to the water, have a nice swim. So, yeah, I'm going with the Shield Helicarrier. And that thing is massive. So,
yeah, it is.
Not a big time weapon. So,
I remember on this one, like I remember playing Marvel Legos and being able to get on the helicarrier. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun to be on top of this.
Yeah.
I definitely had a good time with that one. But yeah, the helicarrier is also massive, like you said. And if you think about it, like being able to go on the water, basically turn into a ship, a naval ship, and then go in the air, being able to, become an airship, you can still launch, jets and stuff off of it in the air, or you can launch them off in the water. Like it was either good. Also, I wonder how big those turbines are in real life.
Bro, crazy.
They're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking up the helicarrier like Lego piece. It's $400.
Dang.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, the helicarrier. I mean, think about it. They had like 7, 8 of them joints in Civil War. I mean, I'm forgetting Winter Soldier. So like,
yeah, and you're going with the one from the MCU, right?
Yeah, one from the MCU. Okay. Yeah, I know they had in the. Was it in
It's in the comics too, but it looks a little different. But it's
They
still hella
they had
chaos.
it in a lot of the animated series after it came out, but after Avengers came out. So, but yeah, the one from the first Avengers, and yeah,
That's
like
funny.
what
I
the hell
didn't
is
even
her?
have that on my. I didn't have it on my list as a boat. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Take the
Okay.
one.
All right. So for round three, um, you know, I'll take Jordan's idea. I'll go with flying. And I'll pick Starscream.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Not a huge Transformers guy, but I do like Starscream.
Yeah. Who
Really?
doesn't? Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
there are a lot
doesn't?
of times, and it's so funny because I remember at one point in one of the Michael Bay movies, I was like, Starscream is just such a bitch. But yeah,
Now,
I like Starscream.
Which version of Starscream are you going with? Because there is a couple
I,
versions.
in my head, the Michael Bay Starscream.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, a fighter jet, like that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man's is moving and maneuvering. And yeah, Starscream, he's effective. I mean, there's a reason he's Megatron's like number two.
Yeah.
And I know Starscream be getting on their nerves, on the Autobots'
Oh,
nerves.
dude.
I'm sure they're like,
Oh,
I hate Starscream. Like,
dude. Not even just the Autobots. He get on the Decepticon nerves too. Like he
That's
always
oh
trying to
yeah.
facts.
overthrow Megatron.
And that's why Megatron Starscream. Like
Yeah.
that's what I think of. So yeah, Megatron is yeah, he's trying to win.
That's
He's trying to win
facts.
for
Yeah.
himself.
Nah, he's very. Starscream is my favorite Decepticon. Like Megatron's my number two, but Starscream is my number one. I like Starscream a
That's the
lot.
thing, like all the Autobots, they turn into cars. Like, you gonna get a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like y'all better get your numbers up.
And we've been reading comics, and this Transformers run is happening right now. Daniel Warren Johnson, it's amazing, and Starscream is out here catching bodies. I mean, just
Well,
murdering humans
That's
at
actually what
ease.
yeah.
I remember. I remember you saying like he just appeared in front of some people.
Yeah, bro. Like it
Squished
was
him.
like some horror movie stuff. Like this dude, it was in a jet, a military dude for the U.S. He was like, "Oh, I got away from him," and he doesn't see him, and then he turns around, and then Starscream is just standing there and just like thunderclaps and smashes the
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Starscream.
Yeah.
yeah, he's murdered countless people in this comic. I'm like, gee, and he's like, and then when somebody says Megatron's name, he's like, "Don't say that name."
Don't
And
say that name.
yeah, he be getting pissed. So yeah, Starscream's he's a real one. He catching bodies for sure.
Yeah.
So
That was
yeah,
definitely a good choice. I had him on my list, but I didn't want to go to Transformers on my team.
That makes sense. No, that's a good one.
you said you didn't. Oh, you didn't want two Transformers. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't want to have two of them. So,
that makes sense.
all right. So for my next pick, I'm gonna slide over to the flying, and I'm gonna go with Goku's flying Nimbus. That's one of the ones that like as a kid when I first seen little small Goku riding that thing, I was like, wow, how amazing would this be to just be able to call a cloud down out of nowhere, and then it just turns into your personal vehicle where you just can just use it, fly around wherever you want to go to. Go, I don't even know how fast the thing can go, but it looks like it was going pretty fast.
Mm,
And I was like, I always thought that was pretty cool.
yeah,
That's how fast it can go.
it looks a little lame, but
It
it
was
has done.
always it. That's one of those things that like I was like, why does somebody who can fly need a flying cloud? But
Well, that's why he dropped it
yeah, it's like I don't know if he because the first time I saw him on it was in Dragon Ball Z, like with Gohan.
in the
Because I
beginning.
saw Dragon Ball
What
Z
in
before
Dragon
I
Ball?
saw Dragon Ball,
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
and
Yeah.
and I was like, He can fly. Why does he? Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Similar to Wonder Woman and the Invisible Jet. Like, what are we doing?
You
You don't
gotta
need
rest, man. They need to save their legs.
Yes, they gotta say that key. That I just looked it up. It can fly over 400 miles per hour, so that's Mach 1.5. So it goes pretty fast. But yeah, it's like at some point Goku's like, "Yeah, I don't really need this anymore. So you can just go be a
Yeah.
regular Cloud."
Right.
Just dismissed.
But for a regular guy like me, though, hey, riding on the flying nymphs would have been dope. Like,
And that's the thing.
it
Sometimes he'd
just
be standing on it upside down.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he don't even fall out.
Yeah.
Like
So I
he's
guess
locked in.
it clamps him. Yeah.
He got leg locks in
You
there.
got a seatbelt.
Yeah. Uh, actually, what did happen to the flying nimbus?
I think it just stopped being like he just pulled it out of rotation. Like we just didn't see it again. That was it. Because I would have thought he gave it to somebody. Like I would think that like Yajirobe or somebody was using it, but we just don't see Nimbus again.
So it says his original flying nimbus was destroyed by Tambourine, but he is given another one, this time by Corning, after Goku survived drinking the ultra divine water. Yeah, but what happened to
Yes, so the second one is just not
yeah.
okay.
Well, I guess this is last time he used it was in the Saiyan saga when he came back to life. He said primarily because he didn't want to waste energy flying to Nappa, which is what Brandon said. He didn't want to waste
Yeah.
his energy, basically. So I
Yeah.
guess that's the last time
Save
he
his
used
legs,
it.
man.
That's funny. You gotta save your legs for you flying. But yeah,
Okay.
all right.
All right. I'm gonna go with four wheels here. And I'm gonna copy off of Spenser here, but I'm gonna go with the version that I think looks dope. I mean, I prefer the old school version, but we're gonna go with the Hell Charger. The Ghost Rider Hell Charger. This is obviously the newer version with is it Jaime Reyes?
Robbie. Yeah, Robbie Reyes.
Robbie, yeah.
Jaime's Blue
And
Beetle.
yeah, what else? It came out and I was like, yeah, that's not him. But this newer version of Ghost Rider, but I don't really like the newer version. However, the Hell Cycles you just can't deny, or Hell Charger, like a Charger that got flaming wheels, like you just can't deny how dope that looks. Even in live action, look good on the Agents of Shield. So yeah, that's definitely my four wheels. I was gonna pick. Did everybody pick their four wheels?
I still need to.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about honorable. Let's do honorable mentions at the end too.
Yeah. But this was definitely one I thought of originally. I was like, man, hopefully I can get the bike, but obviously couldn't do that since I'm last place. So definitely had to get the Hell Charger.
Now, I'll definitely say I was 100% against Robbie Reyes when he first came out. I was like, this Hill Charger is stupid. Let me just get Johnny back. I like the motorcycle, but I would definitely say the Hill Charger itself has grown to me a lot. Like, it's definitely grown to me. I still don't necessarily care about Robbie, but the Hill Charger, like, I can't deny that.
Yeah, anybody could drive it, and I think it's cool. So I don't really care about him, but
and it's a little bit different because like it's basically his uncle. Like his uncle basically possessed the the Charger.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
So it's like that was a little spin on the whole Ghost Rider origin for him.
Yeah, nice. Gonna be a nice little ride.
All right, and so I have four wheels left, and I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm going to select the Magic School Bus.
Okay, I
The
like
Magic
that.
School Bus was a large part of a lot of our childhoods. We were able to learn so many things from the Magic School Bus. The Magic School Bus is magic, so it can do whatever the fuck it wants to do. It can go inside people's bodies. It can go to space. It can do everything you need it to do because it's magic.
What was the teacher's name?
Miss Frizzle.
Fritz,
Miss
yeah,
Frizzle.
Frizzle.
Man, memories.
Frizzle, my nizzle, yeah.
Is that you? That was what channel?
PBS.
PBS, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I had cable, so I didn't really watch this at home. I definitely watched it at school though. I feel like if you didn't have cable, you was definitely watching Magic School Bus.
No, I had
I
cable, but I watched it.
well, I had cable, and I feel like I didn't watch it at home often.
I
There
was
were
saying
a
I
couple
watched it at
Oh,
school.
shows. There are a couple shows that I feel like I like. I feel like Dragon Tales was on PBS, and I still did watch a little bit of Dragon Tales. Um, whatever channel Barney was on, I was watching Barney.
yeah,
Me
I
and
feel
Barney,
you.
we were tight until I turned 5. When I turned 5, I decided I'm a man now, and men don't watch Barney. But yeah, so yeah, the Magic School Bus is my 4-wheeler.
It's a good pick.
I was. I've been trying to get my kids. I make them watch it, but they don't like the old one. They like the kind of newer, updated one.
Is it
They
still
rather
Miss
watch that
Frizzle
one.
or is it a different lady?
No, it's still her.
Okay,
They just updated the graphics and everything. But they
because
would still rather watch the newer one.
I remember seeing like an updated Magic School Bus, and I was like, oh, Miss Frizzle got a younger sister.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
unless they updated it again. But the one I think we watched maybe from like 2018, maybe 2019, maybe.
yeah, that's like I don't know. I think when I had Netflix, I saw a Magic School Bus on there, and I just decided like, oh, that must be Miss Frizzle's sister because that's not my Miss Frizzle.
Right.
But I don't know.
Okay,
But
dang, that's crazy.
yeah,
So nobody's taking their random one. Huh? Okay,
I,
uh,
I thought we were taking it last, but
whatever order you want to. It just
I'll
happened
take
to be
mine
like that.
last.
I'm
oh,
taking my last two. Um,
so
but for my motorcycle, I'm going back to one of my favorite vehicles to use on this game, and that is the Rav from Halo. So
I don't know what
that
that is.
that's
Let me look
that's
that up.
basically like a motorcycle, right?
yeah, I was gonna say I think I know what you're talking about, but like, did that thing have
It's the
wheels at all?
it's the
But it's
purple
two
one.
or
It
less,
has
so yeah, like
yeah,
it was just a little hover uh cycle, but
yeah, and I mean it's basically like a motorcycle. It was a one person vehicle.
it ran like a motorcycle. But yeah, it was a little just a hovering. Yeah, I because I used to love riding on that thing.
Dude, that was my favorite vehicle. Like I was able to like do damage in that thing, especially you hit the little boosters and then you smack somebody real hard, make them fly across the screen on Halo. Oh man, I love that. And I like when you was able to. I think it was like maybe Halo 3. You can start jacking people for them. I know it might have been Halo 2 actually, but like they'll be riding, you can just kick them off like Grand Theft Auto style, pull them out the car, and
That's
just take it
funny.
from them. Like yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. And Halo had a bunch of good vehicles in my opinion, but because I even like the I don't know somebody might pick it, maybe I not say them. But there was another vehicle on Halo that was really good though. But I
I'm
think
not going to Halo, so
Yeah, me either.
oh, well it's the other purple flying one. I don't remember the name of it.
I
But
remember
that
that
one
thing
was
too.
also kind of fun. That one's also fun to play with. But definitely the Rav is like the best one, best vehicle for me. It was just too fast for everything else. It was faster than the human vehicles. It had more control in my opinion than the human vehicles. The only difference was the human vehicles can have two people on them
Yeah.
versus just when only have one.
Okay.
How y'all feel about Halo? Did y'all ever play Halo?
I didn't.
Halo was the confirmation that I needed to understand that I'm not good at first person shooters. So I
Damn.
knew I wasn't good at first person shooters when I was terrible at GoldenEye. And then yeah, when Halo came out, I was like, "Up, yep, it's me."
Damn.
I
That's
did
tough.
like Halo. Like I like the beam sword, I like the needler.
Oh yeah,
Um
I love the Needler.
I liked the fucking Rav, but yeah, I just wasn't good at it. And so I just made peace with that.
Same. I sucked at games like that. Only game I had any sort of success was Gears of War. That's about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like third person I can do. And I would consider myself very good at Gears of War.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a shooting game where I was like, yeah, I can do this. This is where I need to be.
Yeah. Same.
But yeah,
Like
I love Gears of War.
same. But Halo, I struggled with.
Yeah.
That game
Halo,
I
Call of Duty,
played.
Battlefield, like all of that, Borderlands, like I first person, I'm
I
just
think
not good at it.
I think for me, Halo 2 was like the first game I had where not no, it wasn't my first game, but it was like one of the first games I had on my Xbox where kind of all me and my friends could play it. I had that like Time Splitters. It was like I can have my homies come over, three of us, do split screen, and we was
Mm-hmm.
able to just play teams, go 1v1. Like we was able to just do all that. So that was like one of my earlier like memories, just messing with Halo.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember playing Halo at like GameStop, just get my ass whooped consistently. But
Yeah.
I yeah, I had a friend who always wanted to play Halo because he was great at it. And yeah, I was
mhm.
like, I'll play, but like uh I'll be ready when we can get on the GameCube.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, all right, are we playing 2K after or before? Like,
Like I'm trying to just get this over with.
yeah, like we can run around to this, but um, yeah, okay, good pick. Um, I'm gonna go flying next, and I'm gonna go with my favorite ship in this franchise, the Millennium Falcon. Um,
So I figured you were
it's
going.
Yeah, we
yeah,
should have took it from you. That would have made you mad.
probably should have, probably should have. I mean, it's such a deep roster of ships,
Yeah, I was gonna say
but
there were other options.
yeah, Millennium Falcon is just it's a beautiful vehicle. I love it because it's the common man's vehicle. It's beautiful. It ain't got a bunch of gadgets. It ain't out here shooting people down. It's I mean, Han Solo is just a dude trying to get by, trying to get away from the spice traders and all these other people. And he got that thing is huge, and he be having it in there and like ducking mountains and caves and all kind of craziness. And he always got to work on it and stuff. So, and there's so many pivotal moments happened in the Millennium Falcon. You know what I mean? So many classic characters have been in the Millennium Falcon. So, when it came, that was the best part of like the last, what is that, the sequel trilogy, whatever they call it. That was probably the best part of it, is that we got Han Solo and Millennium Falcon again and Chewie again. But yeah, that is my flying pick.
Okay.
Definitely a good choice, and I knew you would pick it too. But I was like,
Yeah,
I
I
was
did too.
just, yeah, I was
Um,
like, I'll let him have it.
yeah, and that's the like you could have waited. I mean, and
Yeah,
you did because I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I don't need it.
yeah.
Um, okay, okay. So,
now this is where it's going to matter. I'm curious to
Mm-hmm.
see where everybody goes with this one.
wild card time. So, for my wild card, I will be selecting the Silver Surfers board.
Motherfucker,
Ooh.
that was definitely my pick.
A lot you can do with that.
Mm-hmm.
The Silver Surfer, I mean, he intergalactically travels at light speed with the board. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he does whatever he wants with the board. The whole premise of the second Fantastic Four movie was getting him off the board
Yep.
because they knew that the power was in the board. Now, of course, we know that in the comic book, not necessarily. Silver Surfer can just do whatever he wants with the board. If it gets destroyed, he can just call up another one. He can control it remotely, you know all that. But so I'm picking the comic book version of the board, not the one from the movie from
yeah. No, that
2007.
was a good choice.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. I would definitely pick that same one, and I definitely had it on my list.
I'm surprised you went with that instead of, or I'm surprised you went with Nimbus instead of that. Because
I was debating on doing that. I was debating that one heavily.
but yeah, yeah, that was an easy wild card.
I ain't gonna lie, that slipped through the cracks for me. Kind of pissed about it. Yeah, that's tough. Tough. One of my favorite characters too. Um, yeah, that's a really
And
good pick. Really good wild card pick.
I know now I'm like,
Oh,
so
had to
I had to
pivot
switch
now.
up. Yeah, I do have to do a little pivot. I'm
You should have
trying to
taken the
see.
Millennium Falcon. You could go with the slave ship that you were talking about with Boba Fett.
No, huh? Oh man, this is tough. This is tough because like I want to pick one, but I probably shouldn't go with that one. Oh, I do think it. I'm trying to think. The one I want, it looks really cool, and I know how it works, but I can't speak to it enough to where I can definitively, make an argument for it. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm beating around the bush. All right. I'm going
I'll
to
say, yeah, I mean,
go.
you're on the clock, but yeah, I know you need some
I
time to
know.
pivot.
I know. I wish I can skip my pick and come back to me later, but that's not how we work here. I'm gonna go with the AT-AT from Star Wars. Is that ain't that the name of the giant one? The giant walking one? Ain't that what that's called? Ain't that what those are called?
I think you're right. Let me
I say I
get
can't help
a.
you.
I seen it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I will say they get shot down pretty easily, but they do also murder a lot of people. So not a
Yeah,
bad pick.
okay. I did name it. All right. I had to make sure I had to get the name right. So
Yeah,
I can speak to this one more than I can speak to the other one. Yeah, the all-terrain armored transport. We definitely seen this movie when it appeared in the movie.
yeah.
They were shook. They didn't know what to do, how to take that down.
Mm-hmm.
They they just had so much troubles with it, and they had to figure who was that? Was that Luke? Who
Mm-hmm.
had to do the whole fly around the legs
Oh
to
yeah,
like
yeah,
trip it up?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like before that, it's like they didn't know how to deal with it. They were getting all their basically the man ships on the ground destroyed. It was stepping on people.
Yeah.
Uh, it was basically impenetrable until Luke, did his little wraparound trick. But before that, it's like they could not do anything with it. I will say only downside is it is pretty slow. So wherever you're
Yeah.
going, you better make sure you saddled in because you're gonna be there for a while. Make sure you got your
Yeah.
snacks on there.
It's true. I feel like over time the franchise was like weakened it a little bit. When it first showed up, it was a game changer.
Yeah,
Where like now it's like in Rogue One, people are just setting like setting up a bomb on his knee, blows his knee up and it falls. You know what I mean? But like, yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Like originally, it was like if a Jedi wasn't there, like you were in trouble. You know?
Yeah. And then not only that, it wasn't even just one of them. They had a ton of them on the
Yeah, they have a
battlefield.
bunch. They have a
So it
bunch.
was like they had to deal with those, and then obviously had the front shooters, but then also people can shoot out the side of it as well.
Sure.
What? Because didn't they shoot outside of it was like little like windows, if I remember right in the movie. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure it had like where they can shoot out the side of it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the AT-AT on this one. It's my random, my random pick.
Okay. All right. Last pick. Um, this was tough. My heart wants to go one route. My brain wants to go another. I usually lean towards going with my brain. So I'm gonna go with the Death Star.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I thought about
So
going that one.
I want to go to the Death Star because I had to confirm the Death Star can go at hyperspeed. It can go hyperdrive. Because at first I was like, there's no way something that big could hit hyperdrive, but it can. So that's a game changer. I could destroy, a planet. Whoever's a planet talking crazy, I can destroy it and get up out of there. So yeah, I'm going with the Death Star on that one.
It's one of those things where like it has a kryptonite, but like that's it. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't have kryptonite on you, there's nothing you can do.
yeah,
If you don't got the main character energy either, because like he just happened to have the main character energy to shoot it down. But like if you didn't have that, there was nothing they can do against that.
sure.
Yeah. Like so yeah, you gotta have some plot armor or something.
Yeah, and if you don't
Yeah.
have, I mean, the only reason they destroy it is because somebody placed a defect in it purposely. If we can prevent that from happening, we straight.
Yeah,
You
Death
know?
Star
Damn
2. Yeah.
devs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn
Yeah. That
devs.
sequel about to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna audit all our devs, all their code. They mess around, they got to get shipped off. We're gonna throw them into space. It's gonna be a very non-forgiving testing. But yeah, that's my wild card.
All
Okay.
right.
Do we want to
Spencer,
review or
let's go ahead and review and then we talk honorable mentions.
okay. So for two wheels, I went with the Hell Cycle, Ghost Rider's Hell Cycle. For on the water, I went with the Nautilus from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. For in the air, I selected Starscream, who's, a fighter jet. For four wheels, I selected the Magic School Bus. And my wild card was the Silver Surfer's board.
Beautiful.
Okay. For my four wheels, I had Bumblebee as the Camaro version from Michael Bay. For my motorcycle, I had the Rav from Halo for flying. I had the Flying Nimbus from Dragon Ball Z. For my boat, I had the SSN from Pokemon. And for my random pick, I had the AT-AT from Star Wars.
Nice. For me, the two wheels, I had Lobo's Space Hog motorcycle. For water, I had the Shield helicarrier. For four wheels, I had the Hell Charger, also the newest version of Ghost Rider. For flying, I had the Millennium Falcon, and my wild card is the Death Star.
Great. All right. Let's talk some honorable mentions. Let's start with four wheels first. What would y'all have there? I definitely had 4+ wheels. I had Optimus, of course. I had Ghost Rider's car as well for my honorable mentions.
I had the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
I had the Batmobile.
I'm surprised nobody picked the Batmobile.
I'm surprised no one picked that one. Yeah. I thought
now, which one would y'all would have picked though? Because I think that, to me, when I was thinking about this episode, that is the one I was like, okay, we can't take that franchise off the board. So there's so many different versions of the Batmobile.
Yeah. I like the Keaton words are hard. I like the Keaton Batmobile. And I like the animated series Batmobile. So I would have probably gone with one of those.
I'm trying to think what the Batman one looked like again.
It was more tanky, I think.
I think so. Yeah. So the Batman, it was like it looked like a Charger almost, like a kind of a more of a regular. And then the Dark Knight was like it's tank.
Okay, I'm thinking of the Dark Knight one then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dark Knight. I like that one. I might would have picked the Dark Knight one.
Anime series is tough. I'm probably going anime series or the Batman version.
Yeah.
That animated series one, like in the intro, you can just see the front of it, like it is long.
Just the top, how long it was, the top, how smooth the front was.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
I like that animated series one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Keaton one was good too, though.
I like that one too. That was like perfect old school.
Yeah. Any other ones on the two wheels?
Four wheels?
Oh, I mean, my bad. Four wheels?
No.
No.
Like, I felt really safe with the Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
All right. Which I have for flying. I actually had I had this one in kind of both categories. The Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob.
Okay.
The Flying Dutchman ship. I had that one.
Even
of course,
though
I had Silver Surfer.
I mean, yes, it's flying, but also it's only underwater.
That's true.
I didn't even consider that. That did not even cross my mind. Yeah, you're right. It is underwater. That did not even cross my mind. That's probably what I had underneath my boat. But
I was surprised, Jordan, you didn't go with this X-Men, the Blackbird.
Thought about it, but I didn't know. It's probably just too much of a nerd stuff. I couldn't pick a version. That's what it came down to. That's when I was stressed out trying to pick a version.
The
90s, like the one from the. Well, that's one. So I like that one a lot, but I also really like the Blackbird from the X-Men, like the movies.
Oh, really?
Okay. So is the Blackbird the X-Jet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know it was called the Blackbird. I thought it was called the X-Jet.
Because it looks like a bird with the reverse wings or whatever, but
I was too much of a nerd. I couldn't pick.
I feel like the 90s just for me, but I agree. Like they got it right in the live action, but I'm surprised you didn't pick that one.
Ah, man, dude. I'm telling you, I was stressed. I was like, I don't know which one to pick.
I was same way about Megazords. I was like, I don't know which one.
You're right. That didn't. I was waiting for one of those.
I could have had an honorable mention for like 3 of these categories, and I just was like, couldn't pick. I'll wait for our other categories, but
Say, what does show have on flying?
For flying, I thought about taking Frieza's ship.
ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The capsule. I thought about taking the capsule too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a Brainiac ship, which is just his head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Because
I know
that
about
thing
that
is
one.
terrifying if that thing come up on you.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's that is you scary. Because
I
yeah,
thought about like
Brainiac ship shows up, yeah, your city's getting stolen.
that's facts. That's facts. I thought of like Kang's chair or somebody like that.
Now, would that be a vehicle or is that a chair?
It's technically a vehicle. He uses it to fly.
Yeah, I guess you're right, huh?
I was gonna say if Nimbus is a vehicle, then
Yeah, you're
the
right.
chair's a vehicle.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I also thought about the ship from Futurama too, just because I enjoy
Planet
Futurama a lot.
Express, yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought about Planet Express.
The Jetsons cartoon. I forgot about that. I used to watch a lot of Jetsons. I used to prefer the Jetsons over the Flintstones.
Okay.
I wasn't a huge Cartoon Network person, but both were good shows. I'll give you that.
I preferred
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry over both of them. So
Yeah.
Which I have for boats. Obviously, I told you I had Noah's Ark.
yep.
I didn't really have. I was low key trying to think of what Aquaman's like ship was, or Black Manta, but Black Manta's wasn't like great to me.
Yeah, like nothing spectacular about it.
Yeah.
I had the Nautilus, and if I wasn't able to get it, it was gonna be a problem. Like I was gonna be doing like spur of the moment research to figure it out because I like once I came up with that one, I was like, all right, we're done there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what was your hardest category? For me, it was motorcycles.
All of
It
them,
was
I had something pretty immediately. I
boat for
think
me was tough.
I think flying was the hardest because I had more options, and so like just
That's
picking
true.
one was the hard part. But for the rest of them, I was like, yeah, I'm locked in. Like with the Hell
Yeah.
Cycle, I was locked in. With the Magic School Bus, I was locked in, and with the Nautilus, I was locked in. But flying, there were a bunch of options.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What do I have for motorcycle? I had the D wheel from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. That was a different way to duel. That was a game changer for me.
I had, I mean, I went with the Hell Cycle, but I had Lobos on the brain, and then the Dark Knight where the wheels would like spin whenever he needed to
Yeah.
turn.
That was
Like
fire.
watching that, I was like, that is fire.
Yeah. I agree with
Yep.
that. Mine was the shark cycles they used in the Mighty Morphin season one. It was basically a shark looking cycle for all of them. Different color. It was pretty cool. But I mean, yeah, I could have picked literally any season. They all had motorcycles, but
Yeah. I don't think I had anything else when I was like, if I didn't get what I needed there,
yeah,
it was Ghost Rider was obviously the best choice. Like that was the number one choice.
yeah.
That's why in this draft I was happy to go first because I needed that because I had other options, but like that was again I was locked in, and that was the one I was worried about. I wasn't worried about the other two,
Yeah.
but yeah, that one I was like, nah, I need that one immediately.
Okay. And then what do I have for miscellaneous? It was a random
Mm,
pick.
Silver Surfer's board.
I had the Astro Delta Megazord and from Power Rangers in Space. I had the Star Destroyer, but I picked the Death Star. I feel like I had one more, but I mean, the Blackbird was definitely a wild card for me.
I had the USS Enterprise that I
What
had
about
as like
that?
a backup if I
Yeah,
needed it. But that was kind of just sitting there like, oh, if somebody does take Starscream, then
yeah,
I'll go with that for flying. But yeah, I yeah, I guess this is probably the draft I was least prepared for of the drafts we've done. Or at least
Yeah.
a draft where I had the like shallowest pool of stuff to
yeah.
choose from.
Uh, the one I was struggling on at the end, trying to decide which one I was going to pick, and I couldn't quite speak to it probably the way I wanted to, was the Thunder Tank, and that is from the Thundercats. So that was their cat tank that can like dig and everything. It was like their vehicle that literally can do basically anything they wanted to, and they wanted to transport them. But I'd only ever seen like the old school Thundercats. I hadn't watched any of the new stuff and couldn't remember exactly all of it. So that's when I was struggling with trying to choose from. And then also I had it was gonna be a dumb pick, and I'm happy I didn't pick it, but the Flintstones, their car quotations
Oh,
with
gotcha.
the foot
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, that would have qualified as two wheels because it only had two wheels.
You're right, but that would have
Sure.
sucked having to do that because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just
those
got to get
wheels are made of
momentum.
rock,
You got to
bro.
get momentum because that's what they would do. Like
Imagine trying to go up a hill.
he'd get momentum and then he'd like put his feet up.
Yeah.
So like once it
You
was
do.
going, you were good.
You roll down a hill, you be straight.
Yeah, you went up a hill, that's gonna suck. Your car made of wood, so it's like, bro, you get any little wreck, that's it. Or you
Your
probably
calf's
rebuild
gonna
it,
be
but
your calves and quads gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and you
oh
get
yeah.
a big enough rack of ribs, you'll tip it over.
Thanks.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, the wild card I had Tommy when he was a White Ranger. He had a Falcon Zord that was pretty cool. Thought of that one.
If you'd have
yeah.
went with that one, that could have got the people going.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
was fire.
again, I'm surprised you left Power Rangers off the board.
I know. There was just too many options, man. I
Bro,
literally
that's some
could
nerd
go.
stuff.
Yeah, I could just go like three. I could go like Power Rangers SPD with their home base turned into a Zord, which was kind of for the first time we had seen other than in space. But yeah, it was just too hard. I didn't want to deep dive too hard.
Actually, I just thought of a couple wild cards that I may have used. Kirby's Warp Star.
Oh yeah, that'd been a good one.
Like definitely would have used that if I like needed to come up with it. And then Captain Falcon's I don't know which
F-Zero.
yeah, like I don't know which category. I guess that'd go under flying.
I would, because it kind of hovered above the ground. It didn't really fly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like it was very much the same as the one from Halo. But it I mean but it didn't feel like a motorcycle.
Yeah, I
But
would.
it didn't have wheels. But it didn't quite fly. Like it didn't fly like an R-wing.
Was he the only person who can get fit into it? I was like, if so, I would give it to you in motorcycles.
Yeah, like he was it was like a NASCAR situation. Like he's in it by himself.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will give it to you with motorcycles.
Okay.
But it also kind of felt like a car, so I get it.
Yeah, but it because it did not have wheels at all. But
yeah.
So yeah, that would have had to be wild card because I'm like, I don't know where to categorize that.
Yeah.
But and then from Star Fox, I would have gone with the R-Wing. I do love the Landmaster, but I would have probably like an R-Wing, you can do a lot more with it. The Landmaster's serious, but yeah, would have definitely gone with the R-Wing from Star Fox. But yeah, just couple more. In that situation, I would have gone with the Warp Star from Kirby, and I would have felt safe in that nobody else was going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let the people decide who they thought, won this draft. And we've already told them where they can get at us, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Leave a comment, leave a post, and we'll definitely get to it.
Sure.
Yeah. Anything else? Are we good?
That's all, folks.
If you haven't watched Madam Web and you're concerned with whether or not you should.
Oh, yeah. Should we talk about that right quick?
I've already talked about it.
Yeah, real quick.
It's not good. It's better than Morbius, in my opinion. There are some critics who are saying it's worse than Morbius. It's not. It's not as bad as Morbius. Morbius is ass. That is not like it's so bad. Like Morbius isn't even shit. It's anal discharge.
Damn. Wait. Who? So I know Jessica Drew was in it. who? I mean, Jessica Carpenter, Jessica Drew, Jessica Drew, Spider Woman.
No, you
I
don't.
know she's in.
No, you don't.
Who was it? Was it? Is she not in there?
You don't know that.
Oh, well, yeah, right. I only saw the one trailer, and I'm pretty sure
And
that was.
that's the
I saw
thing.
the black and white.
Yeah, it was a trailer where they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna advertise like there's something here." No,
Who were the spider people there? Because I didn't recognize anybody except for
I know
Jessica.
you. I know you didn't, and you thought it was Jessica Drew, didn't you? You were supposed to think that.
Oh, so it's not her.
Again, this movie had like they set you up. They gave you just lobs. They were referencing stuff, just doing,
Dang.
but nothing came through. Like they were lobbing up all kinds of shit and leading you to believe that so many things were, and they weren't.
Really?
Yeah, like there was no payoff.
So
So wait, who's
did
the
we
villain?
get Spider Gwen? Is one of those Spider
No,
Gwen?
No,
no,
I had to look up the cat.
none of
Okay,
them have names.
she's supposed to be Julia Carpenter, which is Spider Woman. But did they not?
None of them have names.
That's
Like
crazy.
in the movie, them being in suits was a flash to the future, but it never
Wow,
happens in this movie. So because it
wow.
hasn't happened yet, it's nothing. Like we don't
Bro,
get their names, we don't know how they got power, like none of it.
see, this
Wow.
is my anti Spider Man agenda. His universe
No,
is trash.
this is just a terrible. No, that was a terrible example. This is just the Sony universe.
I mean,
So wait,
They're pretty consistently bad. The Sony
yeah,
universes.
exactly.
yeah. So wait, okay. I'm not counting into the Spider Verse. I get. So wait, did Julia Carpenter did she have the pheromone powers or anything? Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
I
I
don't
thought,
think I don't know that there was a character in this movie called Julia Carpenter.
I'm looking. I guess that's who Sydney Sweeney is supposed to be.
Okay.
the fact that he walks out of the movie not knowing that, that tells you everything you need to know.
Like
Yeah. Let me make sure.
the only people with powers were uh Madam Web and the terrible villain.
Who's the villain?
Doesn't matter.
Is that the
Great value
Spider-Man
Spider
dude?
Man.
Yes.
Bro, I swear they made this movie with like a $5 budget, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mike Epps is in the movie?
Yes, he is.
Right, he must not been doing
bro,
nothing. He's like, I
Mike
can
Epps
show
is
up.
absolutely in this movie.
bro, they was like, let's just make the silliest shit we could think of.
Who is
Oh man,
Ezekiel? Like, I don't even know who Ezekiel is in Marvel.
I mean, try to tell
Ben
y'all.
Parker? You
Ben
see,
Parker
wait,
is
Uncle
in this
Ben's
movie.
there?
Uncle Ben is in this movie, and they make sure you know that that's who that is.
Wow.
But
So wait, what other Sony movies do they reference? Or they reference anything
they
else?
reference a lot of Spider-Man things. So they reference Ben meeting Aunt May. They reference Peter because Ben's sister is pregnant with Peter. They never
Okay.
say that it's Peter because and they like Ben is so excited about being an uncle. All the fun with none of the responsibility.
Oh
Like
my god.
Oh.
it's
Oh,
really bad.
I would have walked out. I would have walked out. I
They
would have.
uh they
Dang.
take the Spider-Man like quote and they reverse it. So instead of with great power comes great responsibility, he says to her, uh, with great responsibility comes great power or some shit.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I would have
gosh.
left. I wouldn't have watched the entire thing. I wouldn't have made it.
Hey, well, I kind of want to watch it though when they hit Netflix or Tubi,
Again,
whichever one. I'll check it out.
I didn't hate it the way I hated Morbius. And
That's crazy.
I know that there are a lot of people who hate it more than they hated Morbius, but I really hated Morbius.
Spencer, have you seen the Venom? Let There Be Carnage.
I have.
Is it better or worse?
That's hard for me to say because I hated Venom Let There Be Carnage for like not movie reasons, but like for comic book fan reasons.
Yeah.
Like it was a really bad Venom story. Like it, all of it was really bad. I would rather watch Madam Web again than Let There Be Carnage, but I think that's
Why?
because
Wow.
of how I feel about what Carnage should be and what he wasn't in that movie. I think that Venom had some funny moments in that movie, like Venom, actual Venom in that movie. Like I feel like there were some funny moments, but not enough to, get me through
Yeah,
that movie. I don't know why they had Naomi in there. Like she had no lines.
yeah.
It was rough, but
I can't. I
it's,
can't watch those Venom movies. I just can't.
yeah, they're not good. The first one isn't terrible. Um, but yeah, the rest of Sony's live action things in this new era have been I don't know. I think that they're using all of their Into the Spider-Verse money to make these shitty movies because I'm like, how are y'all getting greenlit? Where's the money coming from? Like, how are we doing this? Who's letting
Yeah.
this happen?
I'm honestly questioning: do they have comic book people at Sony at this point? Like outside of the animation division, like they can't because
No.
they're
All the
not
talent
getting.
is over in the animation division because
Yeah,
I don't know who's I don't again, I don't know how any of this is happening. I don't know how it's getting through the door, how a script is getting to somebody's desk. Somebody's like,
yeah,
"Yep, this is fine."
Yeah,
How
they're
the
not reading it.
actors are like, "Yeah, I'll do this. I'll read this."
bro. This has been one of the worst. Like like a movie comes out and actors like do interviews for it.
Yeah.
I've watched their interviews and bro, it is like they're all going, yeah, yeah. The like a person like Brandon Davis. No, not Brandon. I think that's
I
the
know you're
dude's
talking
name.
about. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's his
He's a
name.
comic book dude. And he's like asking them like comic book questions. And they're like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man. I was a huge comic book fan. You could tell they weren't.
Yeah,
You
they
could
have no
clearly
idea.
tell. Yeah,
And because in the interviews that I've seen, whenever they're asked any questions, they're like, "I loved hanging out with the girls."
yeah,
Like we are such great friends now. We had such a
yeah.
good time. And it's like, yeah, you're supposed to say that, but like y'all aren't talking about the movie at all. That's like saying if somebody has an ugly baby and they say to you, "Isn't my baby so cute?" And you say, "Look at that baby's shoes."
Yeah.
Like that's what they were doing.
Yeah. No, I mean it was bad. Like they were you could tell they were not proud of this movie at all. They got their
At all.
check and was good.
And they were obligated to do those interviews, probably contractually.
They
But
were.
I didn't, yeah, like I didn't see Dakota on any late night shows talking about it. She
No.
didn't get on Hot Ones and mention it. Like
Mm-mm.
the circuit that people usually do
Right.
whenever they're on the pub tour, nah. She was like, no, I want as little to do with this as possible. And they set it up for more movies. Like the way it ended, there's some future shit that's going to happen.
Oh my
She
god! I looked up
said
the villain. Oh, you said what, Brandon?
no, last thing, she just said, I guess the script she read when she signed on to do the movie was totally changed by the time they start making the movie. But they always say that when the movie bombs.
Yeah, I
So
Yeah,
say I'm
who
not surprised.
knows? Yeah.
I just looked up the villain because I didn't know he was Ezekiel Sims, bro. I ain't never heard of this the Z-list
Oh,
freaking
Spider
villain.
Man, bro. His roster's garbage.
This is like deep in the roster, like
This is
deep.
like I don't even know a reference to make. Like this is like
I say it's feeling like Austin Day.
yeah, bro. It feels like in wrestling when they like find a very mid character that nobody cares about, and they're like, "No, let's deep dive. Let's make a faction. Let's really dig in here." You just like, no, bro. We care about this other stuff that's actually happening. Like, no one cares about Morbius, Madam. No one gave a
No
damn
one.
about Madam Web, bro. She
No one
showed up
did.
No,
like three times in the '90s animated series. She was cool then,
And that's the
but
thing.
that
She
was it.
became important, but she doesn't need a movie. She's
yeah,
one
None.
of those people, she can just show up here and there.
If
That's
she,
her
bro,
whole thing is showing up here and there.
they ruined that character now because if she would have just showed up in a Tom Holland movie randomly, we would have been like, "Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's Madam Web." But now
because
it's
that's the
like,
thing. Like she's somebody that you use as like a deep cut comic book reference so that the
yeah,
comic book nerds are like, "Oh shit, do you know who that is?" And all of the casuals are like, "I have no idea who that is."
right,
That's what you
exactly.
use her for. You don't give her a movie.
No, now it's like, oh gosh, like now it's like, oh good. If she shows up again, people are gonna be like, oh my god, remember that
I don't know
terrible
who
movie,
I don't know who this other spider person is supposed to be. I had to look her up too.
bro? The fact that
Anna Corazon, bro.
I knew I was gonna say it was, I've never seen it, and I'm not going to see it, but if Spencer would have said, yeah, all those spider people, yep, they were talked about in the movie, they were referenced, they were all in their suits, I would have still been like, I'm not watching it. But the fact that they was in their suits one time in the future, that's
Yeah,
wild to
they
me.
were in their suits in like a vision, but that's it. Like
They
the whole premise of the movie is the villain has a vision of them in spider suits killing him. So he's like, I have to kill them before they kill me. And so yeah, like he is chasing three teenage girls who are defenseless.
bro, they
Kind
should
of
be
predatory, kind
sued.
of predatory right there. I don't know
Yeah,
about
it
all
sounds
that.
crazy.
That's
But
exactly, yeah, he was literally a predator. That was the whole thing.
my last thought on this is Sony should be sued for false advertisement.
Sony should be ashamed of themselves
Don't
for
forget, we still got
everything they've done.
the movie
Craven,
coming out.
yeah.
Craven.
And
It's
the
not looking
fact
no better.
with what Sony has put out, I'm still gonna see it because I owe it to the people. Um,
It's a
I
bit
may
now.
see.
Like,
Yeah,
commit to the bit.
it's definitely a bit now. I may see Craven, but that first trailer was not
see, I don't watch
anything.
trailers, so I have no idea.
It looks
But
rough.
that's the thing, like, even if I did watch trailers, I would know up front because they have, they've established a track record of shitty movies that are just unrelated to anything we care about.
I saw the trailer for Madam Web. I thought, like I said, they clearly put them all in their suits.
Yep.
That like it's very advertised. Like that's what the movie. Yeah, that's wild.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing, like, they know what they need to put in trailers to try to reel people in.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, again, like a part of the reason I don't watch trailers is because there's a bunch of shit in that trailer that may or may not happen. And that the trailer could show you a completely different movie than the movie you got. A trailer could show you too much of the movie. And so why did I even bother seeing this when I saw everything in the trailer? Like yeah, I don't watch trailers. And everybody should get on the same train.
All right, my last thing, Spencer. Of course, you saw the movie. We do the game here.
Oh
This
God.
is an unofficial. This is an unofficial game. We're not going to keep these stats, but critic score, audience score. What do you think it is for Rotten Tomatoes?
12 and 26.
That is impressive. The audience score is in fact no wait. The critic score is in fact a 12.
Bang bang.
That was right on there. The
Bang.
audience score, however, is a 57.
What?
That's
That
more
is
than 1,000 reviews too.
But it's better than Morbius, so that's fine. Because while this movie was bad, I didn't hate. Like, I didn't have a visceral reaction the same way I did with Morbius. I don't know why, because I'm not really able to point to many things that are good about it. One of the things that Darth David said to me was this movie felt like the tutorial for a video game, and when it was over, it was like, all right, now you can start playing the game. But that never happens.
All right, let's get to the real movie now. We watched the tutorial.
That's funny.
But yeah, like it was just really bad. Like the way that she won was really stupid. You know how I've made the joke that being crushed means death in superhero movies? So he dies by getting crushed by like letters of a Pepsi sign that he's clearly strong enough to lit. Like, I don't know how these letters killed him, when he's got super strength. Because he literally could have just like,
Yeah.
But being crushed is it's serious. She learned shadow clone jutsu in this movie.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
For
That's
those who
not a
don't
thing
know,
she
that
can do.
is,
And
that's making multiples of yourself.
yeah, like it's when you can clone yourself. So yeah, she learned shadow clone jutsu. That's how she won the day. And when she falls into the water and comes out blind.
What? She
Yeah.
fell into the water?
Man. I can't, bro. I can't.
That's wild.
I can't.
That is wild. Was it some toxic water? Like
Bro,
New York
can't,
water? She Gotham City water? Like what?
I can't.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
So yeah, like this is a movie that like I would watch again to laugh at. But yeah, I just I don't know why, but yeah, I just didn't hate it the same way I hated Morbius. And I'd rather watch this movie than Let There Be Carnage.
This is S.J. Clarkson, which is the director. This is her debut movie. Her directorial debut.
Woman ain't gonna work.
She ain't getting another job.
She's gonna be out of there. Like, there's no way. But that's the thing. Sony, again, Sony keeps doing this bullshit. So maybe
it's like getting a tryout in the NBA. You go 0 for 13.
Yeah, like
she cooked. Yeah, she making it back.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like if we saw her again,
probably
I would
off
be
in Brazil
surprised.
somewhere. Like,
she
out of the country. Yeah, she does. So, okay. Well, Spencer, thank you for that, and I'm sure the people thank you for that. They didn't want to go see it either, so you did the job for them. I'm gonna check it out. Like I said, when it drops on whatever streaming service.
And yeah, like once it drops on streaming, which I assume will be Netflix because that's where they put Morbius. But
it's probably on there like next week or something. That's why I said, bro, it might be on Netflix or Tubi, whichever one.
Yep. And that's
that actually be a big one for Tubi.
Like, let's we can revisit, and I want to know what you think, because when you saw Morbius, it took you a few tries to actually get through it, but then once you did, you were like, yep, that was anal discharge.
Yep.
That's what you said. So,
all right. Well, we're never duplicated.
Always appreciate it.
And forever melanated.